I absolutely love going to the thrift store and finding some old decor that we can transform into new one. I found this one and I loved how sturdy, good quality, and already the neutral colors that I had were beautiful. And it was $2.99, friends. Yes. All right, we're going to remove everything from it, from the stickers to all the jute string that's wrapped around it, as well as the heart. Although it's very pretty, it had better days because it was just scrunched up and not good. That being said, there was a ton of hot glue on this thing, so it took me forever. So I am going to speed it up quite a bit for you. So basically, I'm just going to take my little heating tool and I'm just going to try to melt and soften that hot glue so that I can remove the flowers from the front. But like I said, it took me a long time. I did have my little scraper tool and you can see how I'm just pushing and struggling. Whatever glue they used, I want to know what it is because it was good quality. All right, so once I removed everything, I sanded it smooth. I used my electric sander to remove all that excess glue. And then I had a nice blank canvas. I'm going to leave it this color. But of course, if you find anything like this, you can do whatever you want to it. Paint it, stain it again, whatever you want. All right, so I'm going to use this stencil. This is one of these reusable stencils. And I want it to have like in the background of it. I am saying all of this because this is what I did. However, in the end, I don't even think it was needed. But I'm going to show you everything. So I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the sandstone. I'm just going to do the round and around. I'm doing a very light, almost like dry brush, because I want it to be just a small detail. And you're going to see it here. It's distressed looking. Love it. However, it was just not needed. You'll see what I'm talking about. Once dry, I'm going to lightly sand it. This is just going to mute it down, soften it. And I even went further with my electric sander just to really make sure it's just a detail in the background. Of course, I want to dust it really well. So I'm going to dust the thick dust and then I'm going to wipe it, make sure it's nice and clean. All right, we're going to pair it with one of these wooden hearts. I did a craft with one of them for Valentine's Day and I loved it. And I figured it was just a nice combination with this one. I'm going to remove the tag and the little sawtooth hook. Then I'm going to place it, kind of dry fit it to the bottom right corner, trace the inside of the heart, and then I'm going to paint it. Now I am going to go over that line I just traced just a little bit because I want the white to be all inside the heart but not overflow to the edge. So I'm going to do that. This is Waverly chalk paint in the white. You can use any white you want or just leave it the way it was. It does not matter. We're going to put it to the side to dry, and then once dry, I am going to stencil it. I love this stencil. It says made to worship, and I am going to stencil it with the antiquing wax by Waverly because it complements already the stain that the wood has, and it looked really well. But of course, I could have done black as well, and it would have looked fine. I'm going to attach the heart using E6000 as well as hot glue. I do want to have that permanent hold, but I want to have a quick hold as well. So that's why I'm doing it both. And then I'm going to place it right over that painted heart because the stencil is nice and dry. And look how cute that looks. Oh my gosh. I'm going to add a loose, messy bow to the upper left-hand corner, and I'm just going to use some of these strips of fabric, drop cloth as well as fabric that I had at home. And I'm just going to do multiple loops, I guess, just to kind of whatever I like, whatever looks good. But you can use regular ribbon if you have that as well. And I'm going to hot glue it right there to the top. I'm going to cut off any excess ribbon, and then I'm going to add some greenery, just some towards the bottom as well as the top, just for extra texture. And I think it brought everything together. I'm going to use my distress ink just to kind of darken a few of the edges, just to give it a little bit more dimension, a little bit more rusticness to it. And then I decided to add one of these very rusted bells. Now, these were from a Christmas that I got, but I thought it looked good with it. It had a very rustic feel to it. So I'm just going to add it. Look how stunning this looks. Oh my gosh. The colors, the heart, all the textures, the ribbons. Love it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Friends, I am so excited because today I am collaborating with my friend Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique. I'm sure you've heard of her. She is extremely talented. She makes the most beautiful crafts and wreaths ever, and she is an excellent teacher. She takes her time, she explains, she shows. You'll love her if you do not know her. She has several platforms. She's got a YouTube channel, of course, with tons of video tutorials. She's also on Facebook, and she's also on Instagram with tons of inspiration if you're on those platforms. And she also has an Etsy shop with a lot of options for you. So if you want to check her out, I highly recommend her. Go check it out. I have all her information down in the description box. All right, so for this next DIY craft, we're going to start with this thrifted sign that I found for $2.99. Again, great size and it's very good quality. Love it. It has a pretty design, but you know what? We're going to make it completely seasonal for this summer. All right, we're going to sand it smooth. I did remove the price tags. We're just going to remove anything that's kind of like glittery. Anyways, we just want to smooth it out. Then I want to do the edges as well because those were very gritty. And then we're going to dust it again. Just dust it, wipe it, and we're going to paint it white. I just want the base to be white because we're creating an Americana style decor and I want that base to be white. So we're just going to use Waverly chalk paint in the white and we're going to set it to the side to dry. Once dry, we are going to start using some masking tape. I didn't have painter's tape, but if you have painter's tape, it works even better. This is from Dollar Tree and it works really well, I guess. All right, we're going to place it towards the top horizontally, and then we're going to take this vinyl and we're going to use my star-shaped puncher, and then we're going to make several stars, and we're just going to start placing them on the top. This is why I wanted a white background, because I want to have the white stars and the white stripes. Once I had all the stars on it, we're going to paint the top blue, and I believe this is ocean blue, if I'm not mistaken, by Waverly, and I'm going to use the tap motion to make sure that it's not going to bleed through, but it worked really well, especially because the vinyl that I used for the stars was permanent vinyl and I didn't realize it was. So it took me so long to remove these stars. I don't know what brand this vinyl is, but it's really good quality. All right, so I'm going to skip it real fast here, but I did use my little weeding tool to remove the stars, and then we're going to let it dry. Once dry, we're going to start adding stripes. So I'm going to use the masking tape again as the guide, and I'm going to do several stripes, and then we're going to paint them red. And this is, of course, it's going to be the red stripes of our flag. I'm going to place the last tape here. Now, if you're not in the US and you have a different flag, use the inspiration to create your own flag. I think that'd be so much fun. All right, so we're going to do it in red. This is Crimson by Waverly chalk paint, and it has great pigment. So one coat was sufficient, although we are going to be distressing it. I want this decor to be very rustic as well. We're going to go with that theme today. So I'm going to use this adhesive or reusable stencil. It has a cursive script, which is beautiful, and I'm going to use antiquing wax to stencil it in. Again, I'm doing it very light because I want it to have a distressed look. And I'm going to do it in several spots just to kind of make it look as random as possible. And then we're going to let that dry. I want to let you know, my friends, that my Etsy shop is up and running and I have craft kits for you, as well as all the decor that I am making today. It's going to be available there. If you want to check it out, it is linked here in the QR code. Just scan it or just go down to the description box and click on it. All right, so once dry, I am going to sand the edges and sand pretty much everywhere. I wanted to have a nice distressed look, but if this is not what you like, skip this part. It's going to be okay. We're going to wipe it and dust it really well for this one. Whew, it was dusty, so I pulled out the vacuum. All right, we're going to use antiquing wax by Waverly, and we are going to distress it heavily. Again, this is just what I'm going for, but you don't have to do this. I'm going to darken a little bit of the white, and then we're going to do the same thing on the stars. After everything was dry, I am going to sand it very lightly. This is just to smooth it out, just kind of blend everything together. I'm going to take burlap ribbon. I'm going to cut it. It's really thick, so I'm just going to cut strips of it. And then I'm going to take another one and make a double loop bow. That's it. Just scrunch it in the middle, tie it with jute string, and then I'm going to join these strips towards the bottom to create that nice bow look. Once it's tied, then we are going to add another layer. I'm going to add a ribbon from Dollar Tree. I was trying something out, and I'm going to show you how I did it here in just a little bit. But I wanted to make it darker, so I used the antiquing wax to kind of make it, you see that? How it has that darker look? Again, I was just trying it out, and it worked, so I'm going to show you here in just a minute. I'm going to make a tiny little bow to place in the center. And this is what I did. I just took the antiquing wax and then just kind of wiped it, dry brushed it on the ribbon, and it looked really good. I'm going to tie it in the center, knot it in the back, and then we're going to hot glue it towards the kind of like upper left corner right there where everything meets. And I love this one. Oh my word, guys, seriously, so beautiful. And I do have it in my Etsy shop as well. So again, check it out. It is linked below. For this next DIY craft, we are going to take this Christmas sign, which is already very beautiful. It was $1.99, which is a great deal, but we're going to make it nice and summery. I wanted to remove that middle part, so first I started with the hammer. It wasn't working, so then I just used my little tiny screwdriver, and that worked really well, although some of the little nails were popping through, so I had to use my pliers to pull them out. All right, so now we're going to fix one of the corners here because it did kind of pull apart when I was pulling everything apart. I'm going to add wood glue, and I'm also going to reinforce everything with staples to make sure it's going to be nice and sturdy because I am going to sell this one. It is also in my Etsy shop linked below, so I want it to be nice and sturdy. All right, we're going to take some of these paint sticks. I did mark where I need to cut, and I'm just going to join all of them together so I can cut them all together, and that way they'll all be the same size. I'm going to use my miter box, but if you have a miter saw, of course, use that. I do have one, but I didn't want to go outside and do it. So I use my miter box and it works well. So I'm speeding it up quite a bit because it does take a little bit, you know. And then once everything was cut, we are going to paint it. We are going to paint 4 of them white, 3 of them in the agave color by Waverly chalk paint, and then the other 3 by the sandstone tone by Waverly as well. And I'm not doing a great job painting them because that's on purpose because we're going to be distressing them anyways. And I'm also going to paint the frame. Now, hear me out. I know the frame was beautiful in the wood tone, but it's just the look that I was going for. Needed it to be white. However, you can leave it as the way it was. It does not matter. So I'm just going to do a sloppy coat again because we're going to heavily distress it in just a bit. Dollar Tree carries different summer items. I haven't seen their nautical as much, but a couple of years ago, I found these garden stakes, and I had this one left over with a sea turtle. So I'm going to remove the stake portion from it, just kind of score it, then move it around until it snaps. And now that the paint sticks are dry, we're just going to distress those as I mentioned earlier. And I'm going to use my little distressing tool, which is really good. I'm going to have it linked in my Amazon store because it's so good. All right, so again, distress, wipe, dust, and I'm going to do the same thing on the frame because that's the style we're going for. So I'm just going to focus on the edges. Now it's time to put everything together. So we're going to alternate the colors, and I'm just going to choose whatever pattern I wanted to. So whatever colors you choose, you can of course choose whatever pattern you want. I'm added a bit of hot glue on each end, placing the sticks, and then we're going to reinforce it with another stick going downwards, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. So we're going to place a couple of other sticks. I'm just going to mark and cut as needed. I'm going to use my miter shears to cut these, and then I'm going to sand at the edges to make sure it's nice and smooth. Then I'm going to hot glue as well as E6000 because I want this to be nice and strong hold to keep everything put together, especially when I mail it, because it's on, like I said, it's on my Etsy shop for sale. So I am going to use both of them. And then on top of that, I'm also going to use my little pin nailer to make sure it's nice and strong. I'm going to cut off the excess because it did go through. I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to cover it up with some rope because this is nautical rope, and I think it looks fantastic with the design we're going for, that beachy kind of look. So I'm going to add hot glue all around the edge and place the rope, cutting off any excess. All right, so now I'm going to paint the turtle, and I can't believe I did this, but I wanted it a different color, so I thought maybe white with a little distress. Then I said, that's not working out. Maybe add some green, so I added some moss green. That wasn't working out, so then I added antiquing wax. It was a little better, but it still looked kind of weird and messy. So then I ended up adding agave blue, which is what I used on the paint sticks, and that really worked beautifully, although it looked exactly the same as it was originally. So I could have just left it. Anyways, while that's dry, I'm going to use my distress ink, and I'm just going to darken and antique those edges again for that weathered look. And I'm going to do it on the inside corners as well as the paint sticks. Just here and there. It's just a detail to add dimension and a little bit more character and design. And it doesn't need any drying time because it's that ink. All right, so we're going to take more rope. This frame did come with a sawtooth hook and it's still back there, but I wanted to add rope because I felt like it just looked very pretty. So I'm going to knot the ends and then I'm going to cut off excess and hot glue them to the outside of the frame. And then again, using E6000 and hot glue, I'm going to attach the turtle to make sure it's nice and sturdy and it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to add greenery to make it look kind of like, I don't know, seaweed. So we're going to add a couple of branches here on the bottom left corner with hot glue and a couple extra ones just to add layers and design. And then we're going to use some seashells because yes, why not? I found these at Dollar Tree recently. We're going to add 2 of them. And that's it, my friends. This is gorgeous. I love, love, love the way this one turned out. I don't decorate a lot for like that summer beach look, but I think it's gorgeous. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next DIY craft, we're going to take this leftover wood piece that I crafted with during the Christmas season. I removed the front of it because I just didn't need it anymore, but I didn't want to throw away the wood piece. So I'm going to sand it down. I'm going to sand it smooth, remove any excess, wipe and dust very well. We're going to cover the front using drop cloth. So I'm going to make a slit and then tear it off because this creates that nice frayed look that I love. I'm going to cover off the other end, make it look frayed as well. And then using hot glue, we're just going to attach it. I did iron it just a bit to remove all the wrinkles that it had. And a little hot glue goes a long way. It attached really, really well. I have this stencil that I got several years ago. It has a patriotic theme. So I'm just going to use the stars and I'm going to stencil the top portion with it and using antiquing wax. We're going to keep this one neutral, although it's going to be patriotic theme. So I'm just going to add the stars and then we're going to use a second stencil that's going to go at the bottom. And I love the message. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use the antiquing wax to stencil it so that everything kind of looks cohesive. It is gorgeous. I love, love, love this one. All right, so we're going to add a bow and I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. I have this American flag ribbon and I'm going to just dress it a bit because it just looked too bright for the theme that we're going with. So I'm just going to do the front and the back. That way everything's going to be nice and matching. And we're going to make a very simple bow with it. We're just going to loop it like an awareness ribbon. We're going to scrunch it in the middle and we're going to tie it with jute string. Now I'm going to make another multiple loop bow using the jute string and we're going to attach it to the front of this one to add that layered look and also kind of bring everything together. All right, so I'm going to cut off the excess ribbon using the dovetail design, and then we are going to hot glue it in the center, but a little bit higher up, just so that we can see the words, of course. And then in that same bell set that I got for that previous project, I'm going to use the star one. It's also very rusted. Love that look, and I'm just going to hot glue it right there. I'm going to use the antiquing wax, and I'm just going to antique those edges just to add, again, dimension, a bit of a frame, and that's it for this one. Oh my word, it's so pretty. Love that Americana old vintage look. Very neutral tone it has. Love it. And don't forget, all of these are in my Etsy shop linked below. Friends, I have another video here for you with a lot of Dollar Tree crafting inspiration. Thank you, Julie, for collaborating with me. Don't forget to check out all her platforms linked below and check out my Etsy shop. Again, everything's linked in the description box. Have a blessed day. Bye.